Morgan.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Did you find the place okay?
Yeah, I did, thanks.
Okay. So I'm just going to go over a couple things before we get started today.
Okay.
First of all, what does confidentiality mean to you?
Pretty much that what I say to you will stay between us and no one else will know about it.
Exactly. So, anything that's said and done here today is confidential and will stay between us. There are however, situations where I legally have to breach your confidentiality.
Okay.
So I'm just going to let you know what those 4 situations are. First of all, I can be subpoenaed to court at any time through this agency. Second is if there's a child at risk under the age of 16, sorry. Third, you're a threat to yourself or others. And lastly, if you report being sexually abused by a health physician to me. So those are the 4. Yeah. So does that all make sense to you?
Yeah.
And I'll just get you to sign. That's just everything we just went over. And sign and date, please. Thank you. So what brings you in today?
Well, my boss actually referred me here. He thinks I have a gambling problem.
Okay.
I don't really think that's the case. I like to gamble recreationally, I guess you can say.
Okay.
I do it for fun, really, and as a release of my stress. My husband also seems to think it's an issue, but again, like I said, I don't think it's a problem, so.
Okay. How often would you say you're gambling?
Maybe like 3 times a week, roughly.
Okay. How does your boss know that you're gambling?
Well, I call in sick the nights that I go really late to the casino.
Okay.
And I'll call in because I've been up for like 16 hours and I haven't had any sleep.
Okay.
So I'll call in, and I actually told a coworker accidentally one day, and I guess she had told my supervisor.
Okay.
So unfortunately, he knows.
Okay. So you mentioned you'll call in sick when you're up all night. Does your boss notice when you're tired or when you come in?
In the beginning, I think I got away with it more, but now that it's a known issue, he'll make comments and be like, "Oh, you're looking tired today," and yeah, he knows. So.
Okay. So you mentioned you call in sick to work. How often does this happen?
I feel like it's been happening at least once a week.
At least once a
Yeah.
week. Okay. And how is that affecting you personally? Not working one day a week or missing out on a day of work?
Obviously, like, I'm losing out on the money, but like I need to sleep, so I'm really tired and I feel I need to sleep. I don't know. I don't really think it's much of an issue as of right now where it stands. I'm fine.
And what does your husband think about your gambling? You mentioned he had an impact on you being here today too.
Yeah, obviously it's been an issue financially in his eyes. Like, I don't know, I guess he thinks I'm spending our money and all of our earnings because we work hard for the money we have. And
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I guess.
So you don't think that it's an issue?
No, not really.
No?
No.
Does it affect you financially? Are there things that you're struggling with financially at all, or no?
Like, obviously I can't afford some of the things that I used to enjoy, but I feel the gambling definitely outweighs, and the satisfaction I feel from doing it, it outweighs the things I used to do.
Okay. Do you have kids in the picture?
Yeah, I have 1 son and 1 daughter, and they're 9 and 6.
Okay. So when you're out late and running these gambling sessions for 16 hours, have your kids said anything to you about it?
Not really, no, only because they're sleeping the times that I would normally go.
Okay.
And I'm home by the time that they would be getting up. But they're also, I think, too young to really have an idea of what's really going on. So that's something that has remained between my husband and I.
For sure, for sure. So your main motivation to come here today was?
My boss. And, like, I really don't want to lose my job. It's something I've been doing for years, so.
Okay. And what is that, your job?
I work as a legal assistant, actually.
Okay.
So I keep up with client documentation and everything under my supervisor. And
cool. Okay. And what does your husband do for work?
He runs a mechanical operation, so he runs equipment and runs his own business.
Okay, cool. So you guys sound like pretty successful adults.
Yeah.
You have your head on your shoulders. It sounds like a great job, and it sounds like you enjoy doing it.
Yeah, I do.
So losing your job is not something you want to happen?
No, not at all.
Okay. And what about your husband? What was his push to get you to come here?
I guess he just feels I'm not prioritizing the relationship, really, and he thinks that my priorities are out of line and that I'm doing things I shouldn't be, so
okay.
I don't know.
Do you see where he's coming from with that?
A little bit, I guess. Like,
in what way?
I'm just spending our money. I only feel bad about that, really. Like, I don't see it affecting anything else.
Okay. How would you describe your relationship with your husband?
I feel we have a pretty good relationship. We've always been really close. And I'm comfortable with him, so
that's good.
It's good that I feel I can tell him when I'm stressed.
Yeah.
And it just so happened recently that he is now beginning to get really frustrated with my actions.
Okay.
So just recently our relationship has been rocky.
Rocky. Okay. How long have you been gambling for?
It's been 2 years.
2 years. And would you say that it's escalated within the last, I don't know, couple months?
I don't know.
Don't know. Is it happening more frequently than it was 2 years ago?
Maybe.
Your family, your relationship with your kids, how would you describe that?
I love my kids.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're both really good kids, and they're at that age now where we can start to do more fun stuff.
Yeah, that's great. That's good.
So.
Would you say your gambling has an impact on your relationships with them?
Not right now, really, no.
You think they're too young to?
Yeah, they are a little young still.
Yeah.
But maybe, if, I don't really think it's a problem right now, but maybe if it got worse down the road, maybe it could cause a problem.
Okay.
But right now, I don't think so.
Okay, so you don't see the 3 days a week gambling for excessive hours, and calling in sick 1 day a week, that's exceptional to you?
Yeah.
Okay. What do your support systems look like? Friends, external family other than your husband?
I still have a couple of close girlfriends from high school. Those are like my supports, I guess, and there's always my mom and my dad.
That's great that you've maintained good relationships with your high school friends.
That's
pretty rare nowadays. Your parents, has there been any history of gambling?
Again, I'd say it's something that, like, my mom used to do recreationally. Like, it didn't really wasn't an issue.
And do they know that you now gamble?
I think my husband may have called my mom and just said that I was beginning to spend a lot of time and money, so. Yeah,
for sure. So your husband and your parents have a relationship, obviously?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, okay. So would you be willing to cut back, or do you think that cutting back on gambling is something that needs to happen?
I definitely feel like it's something that I enjoy doing and don't want to stop doing. But I also don't want to be calling in sick to work and missing out on things anymore.
Okay.
So, I don't know. What do you mean cutting back?
So you mentioned that, like, cutting back as in not doing it as much, maybe more recreationally, I guess.
Yeah, like I already feel like I'm only doing it 3 times a week, so
Okay.
maybe I can try twice.
Okay. So you mentioned that you're missing out on things. What types of things do you think you're missing out on?
Spending time with my husband, even. And there's been nights where, just say my friends are going out for drinks, they're going to the movie with my girlfriends, and I'm like, I'd rather go to the casino.
Okay.
And I don't necessarily tell them where I'm going.
Okay, so do your friends know that this is an issue? No? Do your friends and your husband have a relationship at all?
Not really outside of me.
Okay.
So.
Okay. How much do you think you're spending at the casino on average in a week?
I don't know, maybe like a couple of $100.
Yeah? Do you always lose, or what's your motivation to keep on going back? You mentioned the financial struggles your husband indicates.
I definitely haven't won lately.
No, not lately.
No. Been losing lately. But I don't know, just like the satisfaction and the thrill I get from going keeps me going.
Okay. So it's the satisfaction and the thrill of winning that keeps you going back, which is common with most gamblers.
And like I said, like it's a great way to release stress and it makes me feel good. So.
Okay. What are the life stressors that cause you stress that make you need to gamble?
Well, having 2 kids and at that age where I'm pretty much a full-time mom, I work full-time, I have a stressful job, just like client load is heavy, and I don't know, I deal through that by gambling, so.
Yeah, for sure. And I can definitely imagine how stressful it is having 2 kids. You said they're 6 and 9. Yeah. Definitely the full-time mom age. They need you all the time that they can get you. And yeah, that would be a stressful job. Caseloads can get heavy for sure. Right. So your relationship with your parents, how would you say that is?
Pretty good. Like,
yeah.
I'm close with my mom and my dad, which is nice, and they're not too far from my husband and I, so.
That's good. That's good. Do you think that gambling has had an impact on your marriage?
Just financially.
Just financially. Okay. Does it cause many fights or arguments?
Only lately.
Only lately, as in how recent?
The last 2 months, maybe.
2 months. So what's the difference that's happened in the last, at the 2-month mark? What's changed?
I've just been spending more, I guess, than what I was before.
Okay. And did anything happen in particular that's made you start gambling more often?
Not really, I guess. Just more stress at work, and I've been feeling really tired, just emotionally, physically. And I guess that's it. I really have no reasoning to justify.
Do you feel proud of yourself for